Yo, my beautiful people, you know what time it is. It's your boy again, Shady, one and only. And today, guys, we are back again. We are back. Today, guys, we've got a controversy of controversies. Yes. A Muslim marrying a Jew. Like, the first thought that comes to my mind is, how did they maintain that relationship? How did they hide it? How did they pull it off? They went against all odds to be together. That shows you that love can break all bounds, all barriers. Today, we're going to dive into that drama that caused massive protests in Israel. Let's get this started. To be honest, I'm not even sure I'm ready for this, but let's go. They got a massive limo. They called it the unholy matrimony. Mad.
A stretch limousine, lots of lace and tulle, tambourines. The wedding of Mahmoud Mansour and Moral Malka had all the usual Middle Eastern trappings. Plus,
I'm not gonna lie, that that's nice actually, that's nice. In my wedding, I'm gonna do that.
Plus something the couple hadn't originally bargained on.
זאת הייתה אמורה להיות חתונה פרטית של בני הזוג, אבל החתונה הזאת מסעירה את המדינה כבר שבוע ימים. בשל כך היא יהודייה והוא ערבי, אז יש כאלה שמתנגדים לקיומה של החתונה הזאת. נמצאים כבר שעות רבות כאן מאות אנשים שמתנגדים לקיומה של החתונה הזאת מהימין הקיצוני.
Man, this is wild. This is proper wild. It was meant to be a private wedding, but word got out and the extreme far-right group came out. They came out like, nah, this is not going to happen. I mean, people deserve love at the end of the day. But one question I have in mind is this. How will the families get along? It is tough, but I believe love will always find a way. Bruce's family are there
Inside
excited.
the reception centre, friends and family celebrated the wedding. Outside, there was mourning.
Wow. God is weeping in
Their
heaven.
prayers were confronting and personal. They called on Moral to leave her husband. Masterminding the protests was Bentzi Gopstein. He's the leader of Lehava, a far-right group opposed to Jewish assimilation that tries to prevent intermarriage, especially with Palestinians.
Ooh, I mean, I can't even begin to imagine because, like, the Jews and the Palestinians are like mortal enemies, and how these two couples went against all odds to come together, defying their families, their religion, their politics. I have no idea how they did it. It must have been really rough. But this backlash, though, isn't it over the top?
Especially with Palestinians.
מדינה יהודית, באנו לפה בשביל להקים מדינה יהודית, ואם הם עושים משהו שלא טוב, זכותנו המלאה לעמוד בצד ולצעוק נגד זה.
Can you see how some people, how the couple might have found that upsetting or offensive even?
Of course, but this is my work.
Yo, Bruce said this is his work. I mean, this situation goes beyond tying the knot. This is about challenging some deep-rooted prejudices that have been around for centuries, and then them coming against all odds to tie the knot and make a family. To be honest, I feel for the couple though.
Two people who fall in love, they have every right to choose whether they like to be together or not.
That is
There
true.
was also a counter-demonstration at the wedding.
We believe in free love and we believe in the choice they have to be together, and especially against the Lehava people who stands over there.
Orthodox Jews believe that marriage to anyone who isn't Jewish is forbidden by scripture, but there's an obvious and ugly racial dimension here.
שישרף לכם הכפר, שישרף לכם השונאים האלה, אנשי השנאה, מה שאני קוראת להם אגב, גם במחקר שלי, הם לא מעלים על דעתם שבעצם יש כאן מפגשים אנושיים. אין דבר כזה אנושי. זה לא קיים הדבר הזה.
Zamira Ron David is researching mixed marriages for a PhD at Ben-Gurion University.
הבחירה של לחלוק את חיי, זאת השאלה. האם אני יכול במקום כזה עוין לחלוק את חיי את מישהו שכביכול נחשב לאויב שלי?
I mean, she said a lot, you know. She's making a lot of sense. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section because, you know, at the end of the day, love is a matter of choice. And we can't always decide who we love. But I mean, imagine though, you're having your wedding and people are protesting. They're out there protesting that you shouldn't get married. How devastating is that going to feel? I mean, in every country, they're at the far right, they're at the far left, they're the centrists. And so far from all my exploration of what's been going on in Israel, they are absolutely made up of normal mixes of people like every country is. But to be honest, the intensity of this protest shows that we have so much work to do to break the division and break down those barriers that are stopping acceptance between us as a people. I believe that will help end a lot of wars. Yeah, it's a deep-rooted prejudices.
Mahmoud and Moral live in Yaffo, next to Tel Aviv, famous for its mix of Jews and Palestinians. They told the media the wedding was a chance to share their love story with friends and family. It was not to make a political statement.
אנחנו ביחד 5 שנים. אני אוהבת אותו כמו שהוא, הוא בשבילי בן אדם. אין דת או לאום לאהבה. ואנחנו מאושרים וכיף לנו.
Before the wedding, Mahmoud went to court to try to have the protest banned. He got an injunction preventing Lehava from coming within 200 metres of the reception hall. Mahmoud and Moral still can't work out why their wedding caused so much commotion.
Wow.
After all, mixed marriages might be rare, but they're not unique.
יש עשרות ביפו, יש במדינה הרבה. יהודים מתחתנים עם מישהו מקנדה, יהודים מתחתנים עם נוצרייה. אף אחד לא עזר מזה בערבה.
Bentzi Gopstein says if Arabs and Jews marry, they should do it discreetly, not act as though it's normal.
וזה מתחיל להיכנס למיינסטרים, כאילו להיות שכולה לגיטימי, וזה הבעיה. אנחנו לא רוצים שזה יהיה לגיטימי. אם מישהו עושה את זה, שיעשה את זה בשקט, לא יעשה את זה מסיבות בראשון לציון.
So basically he's saying, if it's done quietly, then that is absolutely fine. But if through big parties and make it mainstream to encourage other people to do it, then they're completely against it. Wow, that must be rough. Imagine someone's day of happiness, the day you're looking forward to. After all the nervousness of missing the family, trying to please the family, trying to be accepted by the family, then you have to try to make sure you're accepted by the nation as well. Oh my God. To be honest, what this couple have been through and what they're going through, it's not something I wish on anyone. Heartbreaking.
Tel Aviv is Israel's most laid-back and cosmopolitan city. Tonight, Lehava is visiting to try and change that. I'm supposed to meet Bentzi outside this nightclub, but just up the road, he's come under attack. Militant opponents of Lehava have ambushed its bus, smashing a window. Now police are struggling to separate the two sides. Most of the Lehava activists are young men from Jerusalem or Jewish settlements in the occupied territories. They worship Bentzi and his macho brand of Judaism.
חברים, כל הכבוד לכם. אני מקווה שהיו פה כמה שהצליחו להפציץ לכמה שם. אנחנו לא נוצרים, אנחנו לא מגישים את הלחי השנייה.
Man said we are not Christians. We don't turn the other cheek. That is insane, bro. That is mad insane. To be honest here, I give up to the couple for having so much courage to make a stand and come together to decide to tie the knot. I must say honestly, when it comes to the far-right groups, nobody likes them. Like even in the UK, the far-right groups, they're insane. Like far-right groups, they do things to the extreme.
The police have escorted the Lehava bus to the port area in Tel Aviv, where they can spread their message without creating a riot. Bentzi accuses Arab men of seeking out Jewish women for political as well as romantic reasons.
הבעיה אצל הערבים שהם מתייחסים לזה גם בתור מלחמה. חלק מה...
Guys, please let me know, is that true? He said Arabs treat it as war. I wouldn't say I know much about this, so please let me know.
הבעיה אצל הערבים שהם מתייחסים לזה גם בתור מלחמה. חלק מהמאבק שלהם, סליחה על הביטוי, זה לדפוק את היהודיות, זה לדפוק את היהודים, להשפיל אותנו.
Although this is Lehava's first visit to Tel Aviv, it hits the streets most weeks in Jerusalem to preach segregation and to hunt down mixed couples.
Okay, so I want to say, so quick question I want to ask. Just a quick question I want to ask. So he's saying that he's saying the intention of the Arab men is to humiliate them. But what if it was a Jewish man getting married to a Palestinian woman or getting married to a Muslim woman? Would that work for them then?
Although this is Lehava's first visit to Tel Aviv, it hits the streets most weeks in Jerusalem to preach segregation and to hunt down mixed couples, as seen in this news report.
כך זה נראה ביום חמישי האחרון. במלשינון מתקבלת הודעה על שתי צעירות יהודיות שמבלות עם גברים ערבים.
They were on the hunt.
Lehava goes out of its way to provoke. It's easy to see how this could lead to violence. Here they're handing out stickers warning Arab men to stay away from Jewish women at an Arabic restaurant. Tel Aviv might be famously tolerant, but it seems that Lehava is not without its supporters here.
כן, תיגע. הוא נגע לי בציצים, מורי. אתה נגעת לה בציצים. Listen to me. I can speak. We can't marry with Arabs because it's not okay. We don't mix. We are not chocolate. We don't mix.
Yo. Oh my God. Okay. This is gonna take a long time to break. I mean, let's be honest about this. Myself, when I heard of this wedding, I was actually shocked to hear about it. I was like, really? Like a Jew and an Arab getting wed? It's just something that, you know, you don't hear every day. In fact, you don't even hear about it at all, you know? So I'm thinking, is it true or is it not true? Bruh, I didn't expect the protest to be this intense. So intense. These people have been protesting for over a week, they said. Must be rough.
So what does the sticker say?
They said the girls of Israel only to the Israeli, not to the Arab.
Do you have any daughters?
Yeah.
And how would you feel if they married an Arab?
Are you crazy?
Oh, okay. Okay. It's everyone. It's everyone. You know, I'm trying to think about it, I'm trying to think about it because I know there's so much enmity between both sides. One side wants to completely annihilate that side from the things that we've heard so far in the news. Okay, they want to wipe out these people. So the thought of them having a union is something that's unthinkable, unfathomable. Because the family, apart from the fact that they're different religions, they might just be scared as well. They might just be scared that maybe it's not real love. I mean, you don't know. I mean, who am I to judge? But at the end of the day, if it's true love, we shouldn't come against, true love. But I'm telling you, this is a controversy of controversies.
Bye.
He said, I don't want to talk.
Some Lehava activists clearly believe you're never too young to receive their message. In June, they targeted this school in the southern city of Beersheba. Hagar Primary School is extremely unusual in Israel. It has a mix of Jewish and Arab pupils, and it teaches them about both cultures.
I just got here one morning at 7:30 and I saw that all the yard is full with the stickers. They were white and it was written that Jews and Arabs should not be in any connection and that an Arab shouldn't touch a Jew. It was all over the place. It was on the
Principal Orit Freiberg was so anxious to get rid of the stickers, she kept only a few before calling the police. And how did you feel seeing this?
It was like someone got into my house and wrote bad things about me. It felt really, really bad.
I don't do it. I don't know who do it.
They're Lehava stickers though.
Yeah, I give stickers to people. I don't know where they put them and who put it. But I don't cry when I hear it.
Because you disapprove of a school like this?
Of course.
He's a purist.
Local rabbi Yehuda Harel says the police suspected he was involved in vandalizing the school.
Oh.
שאלו אותי, הגיעו אליי כמה טלפונים וניסו לחקור אותי, משכו אותי כדי לשמוע אם אני כן עשיתי את זה או לא עשיתי את זה. ולכל אחד ואחד אמרתי, זה לא הדרך, זה לא נכון, דרך של הסברה היא נכונה, דרך של פריצה ולעבור איזשהו, להיכנס לשטח של מישהו אחר, אני חושב שזה מוגזם.
But Rabbi Harel is a great supporter of Lehava.
לא שונא ערבים. אני לא שונא ערבים. יש לי ערבים חברים טובים מאוד. הם פשוט... אבל אני אוהב את הערבים שהם יודעים את המקום שלהם.
Okay, I know those Arabs who know their place. Let's wait and hear what he's going to say. I want to hear how he's going to drop the next line.
שהם יודעים מה התכלית שלהם. שהם יודעים שיהודים זה גוף שאסור להתקרב אליו. דוגמה לקחת ולגעת ולהסתכל על יהודייה, זה לפגוע בגוף הזה. וברגע שפוגעים בגוף הזה, אני אישית קורא לעצמי קיצוני, ימיני, הכי ימיני שיכול להיות. אני גזען בדבר הזה. כן.
He just went straight ahead and admitted it that if it comes to that, then he's going to be, he doesn't want to be termed that word, R word, he's a racist. Okay. In an issue like this, I can't even judge, especially because of the history of these two sides. I can't judge. Under normal circumstances, I believe that love should always have a way. Like, let's give love a chance, okay? Think of the time of slavery, and after slavery, when racism was too deep. Now there's still some racism in the world, but when racism was too mad, where they said black people can go here, black people cannot go here, where black and white people were forbidden to get into a union. Okay, this is reminding me of those times. I watched those movies as a child and it broke my heart. Even as a child, my heart was broken. I didn't know much about, this kind of love, but my heart was broken. Okay, and seeing this thing going on in that area between these two sides, It's like what has been passed down is a generational hatred. But from what I've heard from a lot of Israelis, is that they accept Palestinians. So guys, don't use the far right to judge the Israelis, because these guys, the Lehava, from what I hear, they are a far right group. And like I said earlier, far right groups are groups that nobody likes. Like, even though they feel like they're doing it for a good cause, because they're thinking these guys are enemies, they're going to use it as an opportunity to humiliate us, to feel like they're weakening us. But I've heard of Jews getting married to Christians. I mean, it's quite rare, but I've heard of situations where Jews got married to Christians. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. But the Muslim one is what I've not heard. Muslim Palestinian. This one is tough.
The rabbi has personal reasons for his strong feelings.
זה שיר למעלות שאנחנו שרים.
Just a few days ago, his youngest daughter married a Jewish man.
אז כששרתי את השיר הזה בחופה, היו לו הרבה כוונות.
But he also has an older daughter, Chen, who lives with a Bedouin man, and they have 5 children together. She came to her sister's wedding.
והנה עכשיו, הנה, איזה נסיכה. בעזרת השם גם היא תחווה חוויה של חתונה יהודית, ככה עם איש יהודי.
Bensi.
Yeah, she's still hoping. She's already have 5 kids with a Bedouin man, and he's still hoping. Oh, you know, love needs to have a way. We need to let love.
Believes that most marriages to Arabs end in tragedy, that they treat their wives badly. Is this something that your daughter has experienced?
לצערי זה לא המקרה של הבת שלי. הבת שלי מקבלת יחס טוב.
Wait. Did he just say regrettably? That is not the case with his daughter. You know, that's why if you want to judge someone, you should judge them on their own merit, not based on others or based on their people. It's on their own merit, because not all people are the same. But if I was in his shoes, to be honest, I don't know what I've done. Because if maybe I was brought up as a Jew and I've been in that situation and I've experienced the hatred, it's different. We on this side, we can easily just judge because we don't experience what they experience. So it's easy to say. Okay, but from a third party perspective looking in, we can always easily say, oh yeah man, he should allow it, he should let love reign, Anyway, back to him. Sadly though, he said regrettably his daughter is being treated well. That's not the case with her. So was he hoping for her to be treated badly?
And in tragedy, that they treat their wives badly. Is this something that your daughter has experienced?
לצערי זה לא המקרה של הבת שלי. הבת שלי מקבלת יחס טוב.
Regrettably.
שהוא לא מכה, והוא לא מרביץ, והוא לא, ואפילו לא מרים את הקול. חבל.
Wait, stop it. Is he taking a piss? No, like this sounds like he's been sarcastic. Because how can he say this? Think about it. As a father, you go, oh, my daughter is married to this man that I don't want her to be married to because I suspect that he's going to mistreat her. But then they're together, not married, they have 5 kids. He's taking good care of her. And he's like, no, that is sad. That's not her case. Regrettably, she's being treated nicely. He's not raising his voice. He doesn't even hit her. It's a pity. Oh, wow. Okay, bro. I need to hear this again.
Is this something that your daughter has experienced?
לצערי זה לא המקרה של הבת שלי. הבת שלי מקבלת יחס טוב. שהוא לא מכה, והוא לא מרביץ, והוא לא, ואפילו לא מרים את הקול. חבל שזה לא קורה ככה, כי אם זה היה קורה ככה, אז הייתה חוזרת. במהירה הייתה חוזרת.
Today, pupils from the Hagar school are being taken to a nature reserve to learn about the Jewish New Year. Next week, the school will teach them about the Islamic holiday of Eid al-Adha. It's all too rare in Israel for Jewish and Arab children to study each other's cultures.
כשהקמנו מכיתה א', אז אני הייתי כאילו ישנה, אני כבר אגר מהגן. פתאום זה הקשר נהיה חזק יותר וחזק יותר, ובסוף אנחנו חברות נורא טובות.
הראשונה שלך?
כן. הייתה החברה הכי מקסימה בעולם, ואני הכרתי אותה ושיחקנו ביחד, וכשהיא רצתה עזרה, אני עזרתי לו, וכשאני יצרתי עזרה, גם היא עזרה לי.
Do you see that? Do you see the innocence in their eyes? You see the innocence in those kids? No one is born with hatred. No one is born racist. They are taught. It's passed down to them. For the hatred to stop between these two sides, the children are the hope of the future. You know, the hatred, the generational hatred, the generational ideology, if it's not passed down to the kids, that's where it's going to stop. That's where our togetherness is going to come. But sadly, kids are being indoctrinated. I think that is where the real battleground is. And the wars we're experiencing now is just a fruit of that. All right, the root cause is indoctrinating kids.
Decided to marry. How would you feel if they decided to marry? If your Jewish children decided to marry an Arab?
No problem.
No problem? And for
me,
you,
no.
if your children
We'll
decided...
see if they're real in love, they could fight for it.
You see that hug right there? You see that hug right there? That is where true change can begin. That is where the true, real change can begin.
Bentzi Gopstein from Lehava is horrified by the prospect of Jewish and Arab school friends falling in love. He remembers what Moral's husband, Mahmoud, told an Israeli newspaper before their wedding.
אני למדתי ביחד בבית ספר עם יהודיות, ואתם לא יכולים להגיד לי שאני יכול לשחק איתם בכיתה, שאני יכול ללמוד איתם בכיתה, שאנחנו יכולים לעשות הכל, אבל ברגע שאני מתאהב להגיד לי סטופ.
About 20% of Israel's population is Arab. It sounds as though your vision of Israel is that this 20% should be sealed off from the other 80%.
Maybe they need to go to Australia. We want here just people that think this is Jewish state. If someone thinks this is not a Jewish state, maybe you can take him to Australia or United States, I don't care.
Moral and Mahmoud don't want to speak to the media anymore. They'd like to put their unfortunate encounter with Lehava behind them.
שהם לא מעניינים, הם אנשים גזענים שאין להם מקום במדינה כזאת, הם מסוכנים למדינה הזאת בכלל. הם כמו שלא אוהבים את הערבים, הם גם לא אוהבים יהודים חילונים אלה. אלה לא אוהבים את עצמם. היה לנו חתונה שלא חלמנו עליה.
This is one of the toughest watches I've ever had. My heart was breaking. It was beating fast because I was putting myself in their shoes. Okay, you see, even my parents went through something similar like this. We're Nigerian. In Nigeria, they've got this ethnicity, this ethnicism, I don't know what it's called, where one ethnic group is not allowed to get married to another ethnic group, but this was like back in the day. If you're from a certain side, from the north, you can't get married to someone from the south. If you're from the east, you can't get married to someone from the west. But my dad went against all odds and got married to my mother. And then, so that's why I am northern and eastern at the same time. But I know what we went through growing up as children. And I know how our family was kind of an outcast. No support from both sides. We're just there because my dad decided to take something like an unholy union. So I've been through quite a lot of these things, so I understand it. Myself too, my first girlfriend, we were getting to the point to get married, but because I'm from the north and eastern, and she was pure east, the family didn't want it. They said, nah, they wanted to get married to someone from the east. And it affected everything. For years, we tried and tried and tried and tried. Sadly, she had no choice, and then we ended it. So these things, I've been through them. I know how it feels. Okay, but I've not been through it to this point. Imagine we are both Nigerians, we are both Christian, we both live in the same state, everything is normal. But now think about this, a Muslim and a Jew, an Israeli and a Palestinian, with that deep-rooted hatred. How they even met each other and got attracted to each other. Okay, yeah, he lives in Israel. But how they went, against all that odds to come together shows the true power of love. This video finally became a symbol of the power of love and society's deep divisions. You know, let's give love a chance. I think one of the things that will really help the situation in that area, I mean the general situation of human beings, is if we can see beyond our divisions, and also if we stop passing down the hatred to our children. If we decide that it stops here now, I won't pass this hatred down to my children, okay, it stops here. But at the same time, you have to teach your children to be wise. They shouldn't be stupid. Also, at some point, we need to decide that, you know, the hatred is done. I'm not talking to one side, I'm talking to all sides and everyone in general. We need to get to a point where we decide to stop indoctrinating our children with hatred, divisions, and find a point where we give them balanced knowledge, because every human being has the right to decide between good and evil. We pray they all lean towards good. Anyway guys, this was a really tough watch. Finally, what are your thoughts on interfaith marriages and reactions that they provoke like this? And also, do you think love should be a battlefield in situations like this? Guys, please let me know in the comment section. Love.
Oh, I love you more than words can say. You are me. Oh, you are the light that shines my way. You are me. Oh.